Now, from one lot of ball skills to another, because it is about to get sweaty in Stapleford, there's an epic football match between Stapleford Fire Brigade and South Broxtowe Police taking place. It's going to see some of Nottinghamshire's fittest heroes running out to raise money for a good cause, whilst also remaining fiercely competitive. Easy for me to say. The match will raise money for Stapleford food banks and firefighters injured in the line of duty. Chairman of the Stapleford Community Group and huge Harlem Globetrotter fan, it just turns out, Richard McRae's with me now with all the details. You loved that, didn't you?
Yeah, I can remember when I was younger, we used to have a ball that we used to play with that my mum and dad bought me. So yeah, I'm glad they're still going.
Yeah, they're in Nottingham next week. I think it's next month. Anyway, let's talk about your game, the football match. How did this come about?
It came about because it was my wife's idea a few years ago, and then the then Prime Minister got on the telly and told us all to stay in houses for a little bit, didn't he? So that kind of squashed that one. But we're getting back to normal again now, so we need to crack on with things. So yeah, we've got Stapleford's finest. The football team, the football is going to be played by, as you've said, the police and the fire brigade. We just want people to come along and support them. It's a good cause. It's to raise money for good causes, and we just need to have some fun, don't we?
Yeah, exactly, and get everyone back together. Yeah. So these are all serving members of the forces at the moment?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping they don't. I've got a feeling the police might try and sneak in a few proper players and that. But yeah, you know, but let's hope they don't. I'd like to think it's going to be, you know, they are competitive. I've spoke to the police inspector, Mike Ebbins. He's very competitive, but I can't say who I want to win because I support both of them. So, you know, a draw to me would be good, but obviously you want someone to win, don't you? Yeah,
well, yeah, of course. You want a good game, don't you?
Definitely.
How are you going to be raising money then?
Because we've set up a GoFundMe page, and then if people want to make money on the day, I'm going to put a thing asking if anyone wants to come down and help us sell some burgers, hot dogs and whatnot. The event's on Saturday the 24th of September, so it's a week on Saturday. And we're there 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock, and the game's going to be 2 till 3. Unless they all get a bit tired, then they'll finish a bit earlier, won't they? And 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock, we've got various groups and organisations, things like Broxtowe Women's Project, which is what the White Ribbon campaign's all about as well. So we've got them as well. It's not just football, it's showing people what groups and organisations are, helping support's there for people.
Let's talk more about your ribbon then. Obviously you've got your Stapleford Community Group shirt on. Let's talk more about the right white ribbon and what that represents.
Okay, so that's international. You know, it's a big thing that goes on. I'll say Broxtowe Women's Project are really at the forefront of that locally, and it's just to encourage men and boys to end domestic violence against women and, you know, girls, ladies and that. And that's what we've got to do, you know. And I know it happens the other way around as well, because that is a big thing, but that's not the issue we're talking about this time around. It's, you know, trying to get blokes to be a bit more respectful, behave a bit more, and, you know, do what's right. So we need to get that out there as well.
So this is going to be taking place on the day. What's the feeling like around where you are at the moment? You know, we've got the cost of living crisis. There's a lot going on. I know last time we spoke to you it was because your local chippy was on, you know, the verge of closing. I don't
know. I always say Stapleford's the centre of the earth because that's where I live, and I love where I live, like most of us do that live there. You know, we've just got to get on. I know there's a lot of sadness out there, and there's a lot of things that people need to help and support each other. But I think we've got a good community in Stapleford, and I'm sure other places are the same, but I can only speak for where I live. And people do come out and help each other. I sometimes say we might not be the richest in money, but we've all got the biggest hearts and we've got a cracking community. So we all need to help and support each other. And one of the other things that we're looking at doing at the minute is creating warm spaces. So that could be a story for another day. So.
Well, do you know what? It's always great to have you on, and we'll talk about it. Just very quickly, time and date again for the match.
Okay, so it's Saturday the 24th of September, which is a week on Saturday. It's Pasture Road Recreation Ground in Stapleford, and it's between 1 and 4.
Brilliant. Thanks, Richard. It's always great to have you on. Now